And on the other side of the coin, though, there's privacy issues now with the web. And
Yes.
do you feel affected by that?
Well, when sometimes you can feel the effect of privacy issues, especially in the world of information. When you play a show, it's on the internet that night on YouTube or wherever. There are photographs of every event or sometimes non-event of you walking down the street or Tomo shaving his poodle, so to speak.
I don't know how they got that.
Infrared. So, so sometimes you feel the effects of the accessibility and the all the technological advances that are out there that have pushed information to an up to the moment experience. But I think that there's a good side and there's a bad side. Certainly, there are many wonderful results of the connectivity that people have, whether it's through the internet or that's just a portal to something else.
And I know you guys were affected by the internet as well with this record because it leaked pretty early. And I remember the record leak, and that was a huge part of the buzz, I thought. But did it also hurt your band, do you think?
I don't know about that. I mean, there are a lot of arguments these days about record sales and the internet and what helps and what hurts. For us, we're just excited that people are reaching out and want to be a part of 30 Seconds to Mars. And if people can't afford to buy the music, then they should try to find the music in the cheap and easiest way possible. Has always been my approach. And if you really want to support a band, I think most people are aware that you should go out and buy the actual CD because it supports the band in a way where they're going to be able to continue doing what they're doing. I mean, who knows how long CDs are actually going to be continued to be made. I heard something like in Korea, 60% of all music that's bought and sold is over mobile phones. Not even the internet, over mobile phones. And I think that it's going to be interesting to see where the next few years takes us, certainly. But with my constituents and the supporters out there, I'm just going to get out there and bring the issues right to the people. And we'll see that where that takes me. And I think it's looking good in 2008. Thank you.
All right. You guys are also known for your street team, Echelon. And why is it important to you guys to have a huge street team?
Well, I don't really think about that in terms of street team. We really think that the term 30 Seconds to Mars doesn't just represent 4 guys. Well, 3 guys and 1 questionable one. It represents the idea of this giant dysfunctional family that we've acquired out there, which includes the Echelon and all of the Believers. And it's never been something that we look at like a street team. We have Believers, and we are very grateful and very pleased to have such a passionate and dedicated fan base, and we've had that since the very beginning. It's been something very special for 30 Seconds to Mars for years, even if we were playing shows with 50 people, or we were the opening band, the first people in line every night, and the most passionate people that we saw were a part of this family, and that's really rewarding to see.
Is that something you always aimed for from the beginning, or did that just sort of start to happen?
Well, we certainly invested in the community, in our community, probably in a different way than most bands do, and I think that's what sets 30 Seconds to Mars apart from many other bands, is that investment, is that kind of thinking that it's not just about 4 guys making music, that there's more there. And I think we've seen the rewards of that, quite frankly. And it's wonderful to see that people have found something in what we have to offer, and we've also found something in them as well.
You guys also have a very strong visual presence, whether it's the design on the record or colors you bring into the show as well.
Yes.
Why is that important to you guys?
Well, again, it's an opportunity for us to explore 30 Seconds to Mars in visual terms And it's not, for some people, if they just want to listen to the music, that's great. For other people, there are different things to discover and uncover, and certainly the iconography and the symbology and the world of art that is inside of the idea of 30 Seconds to Mars is something that's not for everyone, but for the people who understand and want to be involved. And certainly it is something that we're very passionate about. And again, another integral part of who we are and a defining part of 30 Seconds to Mars.
Is there a special significance to some of the artwork going along with the record? Like you have the logos.
Certainly, yeah. I mean, not even logos. We think of them beyond that. It's a much more. I don't know if this is the right way to describe it, but it's a much more religious experience than it is that. It's a much more. It runs much deeper than the idea of a logo or a brand. I think those terms bring to mind business opportunities, and for us, it's not about that. It's about a lifestyle. It's about identity.
Are there any?
You want to get serious? We'll get serious.
Are there any visual artists that influenced?
Oh, definitely. Yeah, the great Larry Slezak of the Northeast of the states down there. Damien Hirst, the Chapman brothers. Toma's a huge fan of Monet and also Picasso. Shannon's very passionate about
Charles Schultz.
Yeah, it's really the truth. Maury Sendak is a great writer, and the artwork in some of those books is incredible. But we're influenced a lot by visual artists, and certainly the pop art of the 80s was a big influence for me as well. And when I'm thinking about design, the larger than life graphic quality and imperialistic design of ancient times of the Ming and Qin dynasties, I find really fascinating. And anything before Christ.
Me too.